Well, real quickly, I wanted to pass along here. We got our new ethanol production numbers out, and that gets increasingly important these days with the way the energy prices are. So did the production go up or not last week? Because, boy, do we need the energy in this country. Production actually went down. Last week, it dropped to 1.039 million barrels a day. That would be a decline of 32,000 barrels a day from the week before. The 4-week average did go up a little bit to 1.029 million barrels a day. And the stocks actually increased by 600,000 barrels, but the imports stayed at zero. So overall, not a very friendly ethanol production report from the perspective of the producers. So let's take a look here at what's going on in the corn market right now. Our quotes are provided by bar chart. Corn is still higher. The July all by itself is showing a double-digit gain today. Somebody wants that corn right now. It's 11 1/4 higher, now 11 higher at 7.68 per bushel. December up a nickel at 7.19. Little spread adjustment taking place today between the nearbys and the new crop, moving by about 6 cents. On July, soybeans were 22 higher at 17.50 1/4. November up 19 1/4 cents right now. Chicago July wheat is currently trading at 10.74 1/4. That's just 2.5 cents higher. Well off its overnight high by about 15 cents now. And Kansas City wheat, we have July 4 3/4 higher at 11.54. And that would be about 14 cents off of its overnight high. Meanwhile, in Minneapolis spring wheat, you have July up 5 3/4 cents. It's trading at 12.33 per bushel. The July cotton up 131 points today at 138.26. Well, I want to bring in Todd Bubba Horowitz of BubbaTrading.com in Chicago. Lots of stuff to affect the markets these days. Seems like in general, all the ag trade wants to go higher, at least on the grain side today. But do you think it's just more of a sideways pattern for the time being?
Marlon, I think they're just vacillating around the mean, as they say. And, you know, I think there's a lot of things going on. I believe that they can only go higher. I mean, there'll be some sell-offs. There'll be some ugliness. But overall, I think they have to go much higher, Marlon. We've got massive input costs that just don't stop. We got fertilizer problems. We got a food shortage coming. So the picture says that prices have to go higher. And if prices don't go higher, then you might not get as much production, which would create even a bigger shortage, which will force them higher later. And this is the supply-demand market working. And, you know, right now you're just there's no volume, there's no real action, there's no real interest in markets overall. So you're seeing just a churn. But with crude oil going probably to all-time new highs, it's got to create higher prices in the grain markets, or there's going to be other problems to deal with.
Well, July crude oil, West Texas crude right now is $1.09 higher at 120.50 per barrel. So it looks, it probed above 120 early, sold back off below it a little bit ago, but now it's back above it again. It seems like it just is intent to hang around above that level now. And what is it, 28 out of 29 days, we made new record highs in gas and diesel prices, something like that?
Well, you're making new high in distillates every day. And just take a look at natural gas, which is another big component, which is almost $10. So this inflation is a very ugly picture that is not being properly managed. And again, these prices are going to continue to rise. That's just the issue, because again, you've got high inputs. It's got to cause higher grain prices.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up. So looking at natural gas right now, July futures at $9.58 per million BTUs. That's up 28 cents. Just today, had a high of $9.59, and it's almost on the high right now. That's just getting crazy. I remember when we thought it was high at 4. Wow.
And remember the good news. We're coming into hurricane season, which means it's going to go a lot higher.
Oh boy. Thanks for that. Thanks, Todd. We'll talk to you again soon. Todd Bubba Horowitz of BubbaTrading.com in Chicago. Oh boy. Yeah, hurricane season. Yeah, we'll come back in just a moment, and we'll take a look at the livestock trade in just a moment.